My name is Cece Nobre. I'm an artist and art educator working out of Thailand. I currently work at the United World College of Thailand, and I teach art based on my. Yes, I teach primary school art, and I use my art in an imaginary world called Quilombo as a vehicle to teach. Yeah, so for I guess the past 4 or 5 years, I've been working on a project called Quilombo. It's based off my artwork, also literature, and also school and educational projects where I've created an imaginary country which functions a little bit like a utopia and a little bit like an imagined world where many different ethnicities and cultures are brought together and create like a new cohesive culture. And it's focused a lot on kind of like traditional culture as well as positive aspects of globalization such as multiculturalism. So through this project we talk about 7 different villages, and students will select their own, and using those themes will create things that are in this village. Some of the villages, like the one in this room, are based on water, so people who live on swamps or canals, and then the students will build the houses and they'll talk about how the people would live in this culture. And so I do this project, and as well as I paint a mural outside, which is dealing with the theme of water and how water is a very precious thing for humans, but also something that can control us to a certain extent because it's very, very strong. So our relationship with water, and yeah, that mural is kind of letting kids be aware of how important it is to take care of water and also be protecting yourself from it. I think that art can help students because it's something that kind of hooks them, right? A lot of times kids, if they're bored, they won't pay attention to things, or if it's boring, they're not going to give their best effort to try to figure out a solution to a problem. With something like Quilombo, it's interesting because it relates to the real world, but it's also a fictitious world, so they're able to think about it in ways that aren't really connected to their own personal lives, and through that art, through that story that they find beautiful or they find intriguing, they want to learn more about, through that they'll learn about other things such as conservation, protection, equality, how things are organized. They'll learn about language, how language is formed, how to use language, different types of games. So everything that humans do in our culture, we're preparing our kids for when we go to school. We want them to be prepared to participate in our society and our culture. And so this is a way for them to kind of role play, being able to think like an adult and learn the skills that they need to, but maybe in a less direct way where they're having fun with it. They don't really realize it's educational.